Good morning. Welcome back to the LAMDA log. This is week 3, day 5, Friday, the 7th of August. Jump in, still going with it. Warm up, song and dance. A lot of people were late today, and so we were late getting started with the song. We were supposed to be right in at 9:30 to begin our warm up on our song, and then we have 15 minutes for the song, and then 9:45 we begin the dance, focusing on adding the dialogue and making it seamless. Then we jumped into rehearsal, starting with our Lovely Cup podcast, Shakespeare's Restless World. Our item was a 1598 clock. It was Flemish. It looked a little bit like that. All those circles at the top, they're bells. And it was a two-handed clock, but I'll get to those details in a second. Time was thought of differently and used a lot in Shakespeare. A wife is like a clock, expensive and very high maintenance. Small bells went off every half hour, and the big one went off every hour. Telling the time started to become a common urban thing. Many churches had clocks and bells going off generally at the same time. There were 54 to 55 in London, all these church bells and church clocks. They were reliable timekeeping, reliable public timekeeping was a necessity for performances so that people knew when to show up at the theater and when to begin. Performances were mostly matinees to avoid trouble after dark. They would start at 4 p.m., but then started even earlier at 2 p.m. Churches had services at 2 p.m. As well, so that increased the rivalry of the two and the competition and negative feelings. At the time, clocks typically only had one hand for the hours. 50 years later, minute hands became more popularized. But this one is interesting because it has two hands, so it's super precise. Time and clocks and all are all over Shakespeare's work. Clocks were menacing, especially in a workplace. They showed the never-ending ticking time of time. Flemings and the French were targets of xenophobia, right? They were known. Oh, that's separate. Yeah. And so Flemish people or Flemings were thought of as less than, and there's always this nationalism, kingdomism, you know. So as these clocks were invented, people thought that it was truly like the invention of time, because time was kept separate, like different before. It was through the sun and the seasons. Greenwich is the center of all timekeeping in the world today. All of the different times are based in Greenwich, which is fascinating. We've gone from wristwatches to phones telling time now, so we can see as things develop and change. Most people don't have wristwatches. I do. I have my wristwatch. So we continued with the wedding scene where we left off on Thursday, and then we worked. We were encouraged to work outside with scene partners outside of class, just throughout our time. Then we had lunch. Then we continued. We had a little dance party during tea break. We like to have a little fun on Fridays. Every time we were losing it on silly words. I don't remember what that was. Anyway, we were just making jokes. Tuesday will be different. It's a long day. We put on the set, so that we won't have any podcast, and we'll be 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the Sainsbury, and then have a regular rehearsal before that. The goal is to finish the play on Monday and start our third rehearsal. So the way that Lawrence does it is first rehearsal is just general blocking, general ideas. Second rehearsal is solidifying in detail. Then third rehearsal is final touches and cleaning and perfecting it. So that's like 3 times through the whole play. Third time will be, it looks like, quieter. Week 4 will be a whole run and work week. Tech is week 5. Get off book. We need to be off book now, basically, which I struggle to have not had a specific date, and so I'm not as off book as I want to be yet. I'm close. We can always reach out via email for anything we need. And then we worked. And then afterwards, I worked with my what you call it, my partner for showcase for UK and US showcase, and we looked at some scenes, and I think we got a play that were a couple ones that we might look at. We're looking at Lobby Hero and some other ones, but it'll be good. So it was a longer day, but not a lot of detail in it. So that's all I have for this lovely little day. Yeah, and I'll get back at you for week 4. And don't forget, shout out Sandridge. Bye.